Streamline recommends Sharp Objects as the new show you should watch this week. HBO adds this 8-episode miniseries on July 8. Amy Adams stars. Gillian Flynn, the author of Gone Girl, wrote the novel from which this miniseries is adapted. Adams anchors this project exceptionally well. She plays a crime reporter, Camille Preaker, who is assigned to investigate grisly murders in her hometown. Preaker's socialite mother doesn't want her there, but Adams' character needs the work since she just got out of a psychiatric hospital. Preaker has a long history of self-harm. The show might not win awards come Emmy season. Critics have pointed out it is full of cliches and predictable plot turns, but Sharp Objects is still a worthy summer watch. See all the recommendations for the week below. And in the navigation bar above, you can choose specific recommendations for series streaming on Netflix, Hulu and Amazon. The new show to watch this week, Sharp Objects on HBO. Recent shows that also are decent: The Affair on Showtime. Season 4, The Bold Type on Freeform. Season 2, Marvel's Cloak. Claws on TNT. Season 2, debut June 10th. Cobra Kai on YouTube Red. Season 1, Condor on Audience Network. Season 1, Deedland on AMC. Season 1, Goliath on Amazon Prime. Season 2, The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. Season 2, The Last OG on TBS. Season 1, Legion on FX. Season 2, Love is __ on OWN. Season 1, Marvel's Luke Cage on Netflix. Season 2, Man in an Orange Shirt on PBS. Miniseries, Picnic at Hanging Rock on Amazon Prime. Miniseries, Preacher on AMC. Season 3, Queen Sugar on OWN. Season 3, The Terror on AMC. Season 1, Fida on Starz. Season 1, Yellowstone on Paramount. Season 1, Younger on TV Land. Season 5. Assorted streaming news: We have a new pope. John Malkovich will star in The New Pope, a sequel to The Young Pope. Jude Law, who played the Young Pope, will return to The New Pope. It's unclear if Law will also play the New Pope, or if he's just the Young Pope. Maybe Malkovich is the New Pope. Maybe he's the Young Pope. Age is relative. Many questions remain, but this is still exciting. Showtime gives Sacha Baron Cohen a new show. Not much is known about the show as of yet, but apparently there will be pranks and Cohen might make fun of Donald Trump. Either way, get ready for some viral Borat clips. Taika Waititi debuted the first trailer for his What We Do in the Shadows spin-off show. Wellington Paranormal debuts in New Zealand next week. NBC cancelled Mindy Kaling's latest show, Champions. It's a shame because that show was pretty good. And HBO approved a new Fred Armisen project called Los Spookies. The show will take place in Mexico City and its characters will speak Spanish. Streamline newsletter. Streamline now has a weekly newsletter. If you want streaming news and recommendations like this in your inbox on Saturdays, you can subscribe here. The weekly Streamline ranking of all TV every week. Streamline ranks the best shows to watch right now. Besides the overall ranking here, Streamline has a ranking specifically for Netflix. The ranking prioritizes newness, quality and potential mass appeal. Read below the list for a more elaborate explanation of the methodology. For the weekend of July 7th, Glow tops the list for the second time. Glow got better from Season 1 to Season 2. The new episodes aren't super reliant on the previous season, which means you could just start with Season 2 if you don't have a ton of free time. And that way you'll avoid the super cliché first scene of Season 1. If you're a weekly Streamline reader, you might have noticed this is the first week that there's only one list of rankings. Read more about why the Netflix list no longer exists at the Netflix Streamline. Erica Parisi, Netflix. Glow, Netflix Season 2 release, June 29, 2018. The 5-word plot: female wrestling league achieves notoriety. Pro. While the first season was great but sloppy at times, Season 2 is phenomenal all the way through. The show has found a wonderful balance between the slapstick of the wrestling and the characters' emotional moments. Con, to nitpick, some of the writing choices still seem lazy, but that certainly isn't a problem unique to this show. Amazon Prime. A Very English Scandal, Amazon Prime Season 1 release, June 29, 2018. The 5-word plot: politician can't hide gay lover. Pro: this is just a mini-series, so finishing to the end of the story isn't a huge time commitment. The acting is phenomenal. The show is legitimately funny. Con, the plot occasionally unfolds too quickly given how much is happening. The show is almost commanding the viewer to keep up, HBO. Pro: the star power here makes Sharp Objects a clear summer event. Amy Adams stars while Gillian Flynn, Gone Girl, wrote the source material. Con, this has yet another crime investigator suffering through inner turmoil, and the show often veers into cliches. Here's the trailer. FX. Pro: this show balances displays of lavish decadence and thrilling performances with nuanced portrayals of finding the importance of friends and family. It's fun and heart-wrenching. Con, the strongest moments are the high-energy ball sequences. It's still unclear whether the show will be able to sustain that energy for many episodes through the same setting. HBO. Pro: it's rare to have an exciting show these days that's mostly centered around adults just talking. The writing is strong enough here, though, making this thrilling to watch. Con, given the current political climate, you might be out on watching rich people do very rich people things or find it difficult to have empathy for the characters. Eric Leibowitz, Netflix. Pro: this might have the most solid jokes per minute of any show out there right now. As this show comes to a close, it's still as strong as ever. Con, episodes are probably slightly too long and often could use some tightening. The humor can be overly zany for long stretches in which it fails to ground itself to make the jokes work. BBC America. Strong, relatable character dialogue within the quick-moving storylines. Con, the premise becomes a bit too unbelievable with almost comic book-like characters. HBO. Pro: Bill Hader just may be the country's funniest actor right now. This show has a creative premise and actually pulls it off. Con, the humor might be too niche to be broadly successful. FX. Atlanta, FX Season 2 Finale, May 10, 2018. The 5-word plot: struggling to succeed in Atlanta. Pro: this show is easily one of the most creative and straightforwardly funny projects of the last few years. Multiple actors are stars on the rise. Con, very occasionally, it will rely on weirdness instead of being truly clever. Showtime. Pro: a solid mix of comedy with anguish and depressing lows, dressed up in expensive settings, gives this a complex appeal. Critics are also saying this is one of Benedict Cumberbatch's finest performances. Con, it's yet another complicated man story in which the protagonist tries to find happiness with heavy drinking. You might already be done with that trope. A note on ranking methodology: Streamline recommendations do not include reality shows, game shows, awards shows, news shows and other programs that aren't streaming online. Along with HuffPost's own research watching countless hours of TV, Streamline opinions are informed by critical reviews from publications like The New York Times, Vulture, The AV Club, The Ringer and Collider, and aggregators like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. Shows can appear on the main list for 2 months after their most recent season's final episode. Shows that debut all episodes at once will also be eligible for only 2 months. If broadcast shows want a chance at showing up on the main list, they should make their episodes easily available to stream. Download.